Everyone who has embarked upon the journey of like improving your drawings by yourself, just being a self-taught artist, they all kind of face similar problems, you know? A million references to choose from on Pinterest, not knowing which references are good, how to draw the other eye, how to render lips, how to draw hair. And like there are a dozen things that they kind of make an amalgam and they present themselves as a roadblock which seems impossible to get over, law of diminishing returns. So yeah, I guess this video kind of talks about some things that helped me out. The first thing that I would recommend to any beginner artist is learning about the tools that you use. And there's like a very popular saying that tools don't matter. I kind of partially agree with it. But like if you learn about, let's say, yeah, like you're learning about academic drawings, you need some things. You need some things to get you the kind of results that you want. And if you read about artists, if you watch their process videos, you'll understand that, okay, the choice of tools is actually very intentional. And then learning about those choice of tools, like you saw me in this video just before this, I was sharpening my pencils to an almost pointy end using a sandpaper. And I also don't use a sharpener very much because I don't want my pencil to get exhausted super fast, and I also don't want to have the time to just be consumed by me sharpening those pencils to make them have a pointy end. And that goes for everything. Like you see me blending using a stump. And again, you can blend by a couple of things like a makeup brush or a piece of cotton, but like again, this is like a old sculpture study and I needed to have like a texture on it, so that's why I went for the blending stump. And again, same thing goes for the charcoal. Like you saw me using willow charcoal, and willow charcoal is very interesting because it will, when it's put on the paper, it's like a value 9, but as soon as you smudge it with a finger, it goes to like a value 2. And again, like smudging, how do you smudge willow charcoal? Well, you use a painting brush. You can use a stump, but I have seen that on this paper it can kind of leave some marks of the stump, which I don't want because like this is a transitional area which is not receiving much light. So yeah, the choice of tools that you use, it has to be intentional. The second thing would be setting goals that are realistic, goals that are doable. I have often like overshot and thought that I can achieve something within 3 months, and it's not possible. Even though it seems easy, there's a lot to learn. Like you have to learn about the tools, you have to learn about the kind of paper that are better for the way that you work, and you also have to learn how to draw. And it's a lot, it takes time. I think like it's a problem with a lot of people because like people will overshoot and think that they can achieve something which is totally not feasible at all. Like even if it's just like sticking to one medium, a lot of people don't, which is also a problem. Like you keep changing the checkpoints and you find out like 8 months later that you didn't really do much because like you've been all over the place. So set goals and be realistic with them. If you're sticking to just graphite and charcoal, just make sure that you are trying to learn as much as you can. It's kind of funny because like sometimes I talk to people and they're like, we love drawing, but we don't have time for it. Like, really? You don't have like time to finish one drawing in a week? It seems like one drawing a week is not much, but like by the end of the year, you have like 52 drawings under your belt. That's a lot of experience. And even it doesn't matter if you can just finish one drawing in a week. Like that's so much better than like doing nothing. The next point is about like doing the boring shit that you know for a fact is going to improve your art, but you just think that you are too good for it. Like that was me. That sounds like the exact depiction of me in my first year, of drawing, learning how to draw. I was like, I am way too good to be drawing spheres. And I was like, I can learn it along the way. And then like a year passed and I was like, I never really did like simple shapes. And it's so bad because like you think you're fine without like tackling the fundamentals and like not knowing how to render a sphere, but then a year goes by, you can kind of make drawings and people like it, but you often run into those potholes and you're like, okay, that's a gap, and like you don't want those gaps like 2 years later. Obviously there's going to be gaps, but whatever you can iron out, just get it out of the way when you have the time for it. And even if you're like able to draw really, really well, I can guarantee you like these simple exercises are going to kind of push you. And the problems that you tackle in just like, let's say, drawing spheres, it's synonymous to like the problems that you face while you're rendering faces, because like, let's say the cheek area, the form is just like kind of facing, slowly shifting and facing away from the source of light. And as you can see, like in the cheek area, it's almost identical to like how you would render a sphere. And it's like that in most areas of the face. Like nothing is really edged out. Even if you look at the, let's say like the brow ridge, it's not like it's totally cut off. It's steep, but the form is kind of shifting. And if you can learn how to draw spheres and you learn how to render them properly, then you'll also learn how to shade faces. And you know, it's kind of counterproductive because like you would think that, okay, just by drawing portraits I am going to get better. You do, but again, it's like the real power lies in like the simple things. The things that you don't think are going to help you out, they are actually the ones that end up helping you out the most. And I think like this kind of brings me to the end of this video and everything that I've talked about. Just like make sure that you're patient with yourself and you're giving yourself time. And yeah, I hope something in this video helped you out, and I will see you in the next one.